Okay.
And there's like one little thing you need to do as well, Wyatt, and
Okay.
it's super essential for like this whole thing. If you want to do like a collaboration video,
Of course.
and that's basically streaming your screen.
Oh yeah. You know, that might be good. That might be good.
No, I don't. I think we'll be able to wing it.
And
You
there's,
could just be like, "Wow, nice,
and there's your cold open, everyone.
perfect." Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of St. Reginald Zoo. But wait, it's me. It's Wyatt's voice. This is a Wyatt episode. Wow. And this is the first video on my channel since December. Sadly, not an Orwell Zoo episode. I've been working a lot in that project, as you probably would have seen on Bro Nation, but that's not what we're here for today. As I said, St. Reginald Zoo, and I am joined by the fellas, Eben and Goran. Say hi.
Hi.
And I did a whole bunch of work. This is probably going to be, not to brag, but this is probably going to be the longest episode yet. Definitely more than 25
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean, you made these entire series of hills, placed all these.
I know, isn't it
It's
great?
Amazing. Well, that's it, everybody.
I mean,
See you
yeah,
next
yeah.
week. Bye.
This is a way better backdrop than those skyscrapers. I mean, look at all the details.
I know, right? It looks almost official.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, but no. We're actually going to turn around and go quickly to the ground level before we say anything, because I hope you guys have your notepads ready, because I have a little lecture for you guys.
Oh,
No,
boy.
not
I'm going to
again.
go in explore mode. This is Wyatt's Rootin' Tootin' Rebel's Guide to High Budget American Zoos.
The chief beef just. Oh.
Yeah, this sign was this sign was a
Did you
real
make it-
labor of
Wait, is that-
love.
Is the smaller burger sign? Is that a thing we have?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I
Yeah,
think it's in the
yeah,
New
yeah.
World
Oh,
set.
okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow,
But-
that's been in
I
since
never
like, base
used
game.
those signs, dude. I never.
Yeah, me
used
neither. But they came in handy. So yeah, this is my Rebel's Guide to High Budget American Zoos. Got a couple pillars here, and I thought we would just go through them. And I've applied like kind of all of this to what I've built, so we'll kind of see what I've done throughout the zoo relating to this. So over here we've got clean, organized landscaping. Just generally kind of speaks for itself. Overgrown plants only in off-show or themed areas. I think the most important part to note is keep it green. I think before we had some like a couple of the more like brownish trees, like marula trees and Sudanese frankincense trees. Those are kind of, you see them, but when we're trying to like replicate this aesthetic in the game, I personally don't think they work as well, just because they don't really make things feel lush. It's kind of dry and overgrown looking. And then flowers. Lots of flowers. I know it's a pretty common like rule to kind of go easy on the flowers, just because they are expensive to maintain. But if you look at places like the Cincinnati Zoo, which is a really big inspiration for this zoo specifically, you see flowers just kind of all along the walkways. Obviously not everywhere, because again they are a little expensive,
Yeah.
but we do have water and money to burn, so. And then big pointy evergreens like the Douglas firs and the yellow cedars. They do exist and they can survive pretty much anywhere, but it's more about the vibe they give off. It's all very sort of northern boreal forest sort of atmosphere, and we kind of want to avoid that and use more deciduous trees when we can, unless we're sort of theming for that sort of area. And then something Americans love is lawns. We love our lawns. So large swaths of lawn space and mulch are pretty common. We just love just kind of devastating ecosystems for that. And
Wow.
then this one is probably the most important. Signage everywhere. Like rules, sponsorships, donations, information, plant labels, events. You will see like trees labeled with what species they are. We have like just so much signage, be it informative or, you know, like, oh, what events are going on at the zoo, what exhibits are new, what who's the sponsor of this exhibit, who donated to it. We have like
What
donation
losses do we
plaques.
want to avoid?
Yeah.
Exactly that one.
And then for sort of more interactive exhibits or exhibits where guests have access, lists of rules are pretty important, which I think is sort of a universal thing, but especially here, and we'll sort of go more into that in a second. And then accessibility. It's not just ramps, we have to consider the other senses, be it visual or audio in terms of disabilities relating to that. We'll see how that manifests itself momentarily. And then East Coast United States zoos have a pretty strong emphasis on indoor experiences just because of the weather. It's pretty hot and muggy in the summer, but then winters can get like sub-Arctic, so that's pretty important to keep in mind.
Why do you guys live there? I mean, come on.
Yeah, so
He
like
says from a room that's 34 degrees.
yeah, you guys in Europe are kind of
non-freedom
cooking
units.
right now, but
Yeah.
so yeah, like Bronx Zoo, Lincoln Park Zoo, Smithsonian National Zoo, Brookfield Zoo, those will all be great references going forward. And then I don't know if this is a Europe thing, but inset benches and garbage cans, so off the path itself and kind of sitting in whatever garden or planter is along it. Just it's just a kind of it's a subtle thing, but it's something I've been doing in Orwell, and it's something Remnant kind of championed in his other work. And you'll see it kind of going on in here. And then this also relates to the signage part. Sponsored and titled exhibits are common, so pretty much every recent exhibit in a zoo usually has some sort of corporate or philanthropist sponsoring it, so you'll see some sort of name above the title of the exhibit, which is the second half of this anecdote. And then, getting there, I'm almost out of breath. Lots of snack stands, really low budget ones too, just sort of a cart with an umbrella. You see those sprinkled all over the place because, you know, big time pig time in the US. And then bring to life utilitarian architecture with pops of bright color. You don't really have to go too extravagant with the architecture itself, so long as you know, give it a little pop of color, and it goes a long way, and keep that established palette we have going. And then last but not least, safety. We can be trusted with very little. I mean Americans. The only thing we love more than guns is suing people for putting ourselves at risk. So you will see that going forward in some of the more interactive exhibits we're about to
I
see.
think that is definitely a huge difference between Europe, where it's
Oh
definitely-
yeah, for sure.
They definitely assume people have some common sense here.
Yeah, it's it's like I said, we can be trusted with very little. So you won't just see it in like the interactive exhibits, but also just the exhibits in general in terms of like the fencing and barriers and stuff like that. So with all of that out of the way, I'm going to pass through this patriotic wall into the future.
Oh.
So yeah,
Wait, did you make the logo out of foam pieces?
you bet your ass I did.
I'm so proud of you.
So yeah, I've unleashed a bit of a font piece revolution in this zoo. We've got these brand new lampposts that I've designed with the little logo banners, and then I've got these new banners on the side with what I've kind of decided will be our slogan, which is "Look, Learn, Care," or I mean, "Look, Care, Learn" if you're looking at it from this angle. But
Good.
it kind of recontextualizes the logo of the zoo because it's got the same three colored pillars, which will represent the three sort of main zones of the zoo. But you can also like kind of split it up into this slogan, and it also lines up with the. Let me get a little closer. With the different animals in these sections. So the green one is kind of the forest, so we've got the gorilla. The blue one is sort of the coasts and the rivers, so we've got a jaguar, which will be one of the animals in there. And then the red one will be the deserts and grasslands, so we've got a giraffe for this one.
Love that. Looks amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Really well done.
Thank you. And then one of my this is actually the very first thing I did was because it was bothering me.
Wait. You need to give context. One of the first things that Rubel told us was like, dudes, I did those cables replace them. They have too many pieces.
Yeah, so for those out of the loop, these cables on the bridge were originally made out of wooden planks that were spun around, and that was a technique that Rubel had put together. But obviously, those are climbable pieces, and when you put a whole bunch of them together, it gets really, really performance issues is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, a single cable had like 500.
Yeah, not
Yes.
not ideal performance wise. So I went ahead and replaced them with the rods from the Australia set, and I also added brackets to the ends of them, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
attach
I saw
more nicely to the little beautiful tower here that I think Mike did.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Sweet. Come on, let's go. I want to see because you've been bragging about how much you've done, so
Of course.
show us.
All right, so we're not completely done with this little area. I did a bit of re-landscaping with just some of the, like I said, flowers. And some of the newer ones too. I think these are from the South America pack, which I think gives you a little clue as to how old this project is. Like Mike and John started this at the very beginning, so
Yep.
yeah.
I think they started this like
Well, the
when-
last episode was like after Australia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If even, I
start-
think.
Yep. Yes, it was
was-
right after the Australia pack.
It was
Yep.
Eben's episode, and he used a lot of the rusty rods.
Right. So yeah, like I said with the big pointy conifers, they do exist, and I wanted to sort of demonstrate that in this part of the country. And we've got the yellow cedars sometimes, but in less frequency. I really like how this model looks when you sink it down, because let me demonstrate. The bottom part of it is, of course, very bushy, but then when you sink it down, it looks sort of more like a sapling that's just started to grow bigger. It looks really nice, I think.
And, Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I've done in this area, so I'm going to get out of explore mode really quick. Oh, before I forget.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's new.
So this is a tactile paver, which is used by people who are, what's the word? It's not just blind, but people who are just like have sight disabilities. These are used just to sort of feel around when a crosswalk is beginning. It's just it's a little safety measure, but I think it goes a long way in terms of accessibility.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good.
We do have that like in Europe as well, but I feel like we don't have it enough. Like it feels like it's something that gets introduced in newer things and newer construction, but like
Yeah.
most old cities and stuff don't have much of that, and that's kind of sucky that we don't have that. So it's good that you put this. in.
Yeah, and these
I feel like
weren't
I've seen
these
them around
these weren't here
quite a lot.
before, so we're gonna say Goron.
I feel like I see them around quite a lot, but
Okay.
Yeah, I live in. I'm not gonna say that Ghent is such an old city, but it's not a super hyper modern city either, and we don't have that a lot. So that's like
Yeah, and this zoo, in terms of the lore, has been very recently like master planned. So I think these measures would definitely be put in place if they hadn't been already. So
exactly.
yeah.
Okay, you got me curious. Show us all the other stuff.
Okay, so like I said, that's all I've pretty much done in this area. So we're gonna go back up on the bridge,
This is
and
the absolute first time that I actually saw someone use these wooden pieces, and I actually like them this time.
oh yeah, because before we had it was a plank from the
The
New
IKEA
World set, and
IKEA set.
yeah, it just I don't know, it was good, but it just didn't really have the texture or
it
color
was too
I wanted.
clean.
Yeah,
It was too clean for something you would see outside. But it's just it was a case of just, there wasn't that much wood back then.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, this is one of multiple new trash can designs I've introduced to the park. This is one I've used in Orwell Zoo, and it's mostly by Kappa. It's on the workshop. It's like a Disney-style trash can, but I recolored the other one to be like a recycling one. But yeah, that's pretty minimal compared to what we've got going on
Wow.
over here.
Now that's a few. Here's a few changes. Ooh,
Yeah, there's a couple. I've got some more flower-based landscaping. I've got kind of a little theme going with these. They're a little too large for curbs, but these like little stone fence things that are directly ripped from Cincinnati. And then all of these flowers, of course, and then these signs by Goron, of course, which are
that's a park rule sign. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
That Goron guy is a really good builder. We should try to get him on.
He's pretty talented.
Did you know that he also used those Australia planks recently, and they look pretty good?
But I've got some landscaping in progress here.
Sweet. Yeah,
bags of mulch and a little teepee that a shovel is leaning on. I thought that'd be kind of cute. And then this fennec fox statue is a reference to the bat-eared fox statue they have out in front of the St. Louis Zoo. Which,
cool.
Yeah, I don't really know its significance, but I thought it was cute. So yeah. And then I've got these wrought iron fences going around in different areas, just because there was nothing really here before, and like I said, Americans cannot be trusted. So, yeah.
That's weird, because 2 Americans have been building this zoo, so shame on you, Mike. Shame on you.
But yeah, if it wasn't immediately obvious, I did a little recoloring on this building, just changing out with some newer materials, and then I added a new sign.
That looks amazing. Yep. Big fan of the sign.
Thank you. And I used because the way I do these is I make a billboard, and I just use my drawing program, Clip Studio Paint, and then I bring over the billboard and I just trace it with font pieces, and I made sure to use the, I think it's called ITC Cabell font that you had used for the logo.
Yes. Yep.
So you'll see that popping up. And yeah, otherwise this area is pretty much the same in terms of layout. I've got this tasteful nude looking gorilla statue with the fountain, and I changed out the path with some cobblestone just to make it feel a little more historic. And then Eben, this is something you did. I don't know if we showed it off in your episode, but this really nice little staff gate.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty simple. It's very simple, but I really like it. It's very clean.
Yeah, I think this might be the one area where I would get rid of the flowers, because nobody would be walking. Only on the left side, get rid of them, so that it doesn't, because most people wouldn't be walking here. So
yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
But I just came over here because I really like this little corner. It's very cozy with the architecture combined with the landscaping.
Oh yeah. So just for the record, I've been told by a landscaper from Montana that I had to take on the mic role, so that's what I was doing now. I'm getting used to this.
Some landscaper from Montana.
Yeah, landscaper, not a gardener. No.
But something I wanted to do but forgot to do was add ticket prices signs between the little booths, but we can do that in the future.
I mean, we have a pro sign maker, so in my episode I was like, I'm not gonna do this. We have our sign.
Yeah.
Our sign dude. He needs to have something to do, because
because he's really just a one-trick pony, am I right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Comedic value and making signs. That's all he does.
It's not like he recreated an entire zoo in exquisite detail.
No,
just the signs.
Just the signs.
Exactly.
Yeah, look at these, man. These are mind blowing.
I don't know why. These weren't even that important, and I spent several hours per sign on these.
These are just so cool because they have obviously they have just the pictures of the people, and I just really love the that sort of aspect of it. Maybe these are related to. Well, I mean, what are they related to, Goron? Because you based them on real life.
In real life, these are pictures advertising the classroom that the zoo has.
Okay.
And the ranger camp, which is a little campsite in the middle of the zoo where people can actually camp. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's advertisement for those, and they have pictures of those things in real life.
Well, I guess we now have to do both of those in the zoo. So no pressure.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've maintained a lot of the plant palette we've had. I've just sort of added more flowers, but these really neat custom trees that we've had since the beginning still hold up excellently. I love them.
the diamond leaf willow is one of my favorite plants in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
It shows how good they are/were at trees.
Speaking of things that were good and Eben doesn't like.
Literally right there.
Yeah.
So,
three
let's talk about
episodes
the Korean pines.
3 episodes in, and we're gonna break up.
Yeah, this is our first salt zone. So, yeah. So, like I said with the evergreens, I just really like the shape of them, and they do what I want in terms of, like I said, the shape, but also the texture without just being like overly pine looking. I don't know. It's just like a really nice big shrub that I've kind of sprinkled around into the like sort of softer, fluffier looking trees, and I think personally it adds a nice painterly texture, but I don't know. Goran, what do you think?
Oh no! Oh god! Now I'm being thrown under the bus. That's Eben's job, being thrown under the bus. I think I agree with you shape-wise, but I agree with Eben. Eben, explain your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna dwell on this too long, but I started making trees like several years ago, and I always hated the way that shadows hit trees if you use speed tree to make your trees, and like you had a certain spot where that exactly. In this spot it looks nice, but like when you were changing the
Like that.
yeah, exactly that. So the problem is, as you can see in the background, like the trees in the background, the shadows are like formed around the entire tree, like it would be in real life. And these trees, the shadows are projected from each branch. I am okay with the shape and the texture and everything. I'm just going to try to fix the normals.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe we could try and fix it so we can, use it more harmoniously.
Yeah, they just look very busy because of it.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's a
I
small
definitely
thing
agree
to
with
fix.
that. That's sort of why I've used them sparingly, but
Yeah, it's a small thing to fix, but the modding tools are struggling with this particular tree, so I'll have to ask someone to help me with it. But that's neither here or there.
all right, sounds
We're
good.
not breaking up. Don't
It's not
worry.
Wyatt's fault. It's okay.
No, it's certainly not Wyatt's fault. That was the first thing that I told you. Like, Wyatt, this is not your fault.
But
And then I started ranting for like 10 minutes.
it's like you wrote an essay on why this tree
I know.
sucks so
I woke up to it. I was like, oh god.
You guys
Like,
just
even this is way too early for this.
you guys just heard the abridged version. We got the full rant.
Yeah. But yeah, with that out of the way, I just adore this view with the bridge in the background.
Yes,
It's
framing
such a
of
great
it
vista.
with the
Yeah.
foliage is amazing. Yeah.
I guess I can take credit for the foliage. But yeah, moving on. Like I said before, the layout of this area is pretty much just identical. It's just been given a fresh coat of paint, and I've got this little picnic area here.
Oh god,
Sweet.
these rocks
It's
are
a new
even
thing.
worse than the eggs.
Yeah, so
These
these
have
are
even more polygons.
these are Haribo's pebbles, and there's 1,500 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We deleted a bunch of cables because they were too piece heavy, but then
It
just
cleared up-
replaced it with more rocks.
Cleared
Yeah.
up the space for it. I remember when I asked Haribo if I could use his blueprint to make like a waterfall thing. He just told me, "Are you sure?"
Sure about that?
Honestly, Haribo, whenever you upload something to the workshop, the first sentence in this description should just be, "Are
Warning.
you sure?"
Warning.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Might cause a second heat wave.
CO2
See, but
output.
I do like the new picnic benches are so much better.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh, I know.
they are so generic and yeah, it's
love it.
exactly what we needed.
And this
so
this
yeah,
would
it's
just be
well
like the
done.
perfect place for like if you brought like food to the zoo, you could just
Yeah.
have this before you went in. It's perfect, I
Is
think.
it usually not allowed to bring food with you into the zoo? in the US?
You'll have to follow up with me on that because I'm not entirely sure. But I guess if this would also be good for like field trips because everyone brings a sack lunch and you could just sit here and finish it
This also
before you go
feels
in.
like this also feels like the space where you would wait until a bus comes around.
Exactly,
so you can have all the
exactly.
school kids sitting down and like.
So
By the way,
I think Masked Bandit this sort of designed the whole area. So I guess props to him for coming up with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I still want those orange benches to be recolorable though.
I know, yeah, because they look nice. It's just the color that kills me.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, moving on. Before we had a bathroom, and now we have another bathroom. But it's a new one, just because the old one I think had used a lot of sort of, I'll say it, outdated pieces, and I just think it needed a fresh coat of paint.
Sweet.
And yeah, this follows the aesthetic of the other buildings we see past the entrance with these sort of mosaic walls and the brick and stuff. And I'm
So
thinking maybe the old bathroom was built with these two buildings, the kind of 60s sort of longhouse architecture. But then it eventually just fell into disrepair, and when they were doing a new master plan, they decided to stick with the new aesthetic for this bathroom. So that's the kind of mantra I've got going with that. And then on the side, I've got this little green wall. It's sort of a more low-budget green wall in terms of this just mesh hooked up onto the wall so plants can grow onto it. And then I've got some sort of more bee-related signs that Goron fade.
Sweet.
But this bathroom does have an interior, or I should say two interiors.
Ooh.
And then another accessibility feature is Braille.
Oh.
Yes.
Well
Yeah, so
done.
Braille is just little pegs inserted into the wall, and
Sweet.
it's like I'm not like a specialist in this. I don't know like what sort of like code or
What did I just write?
what did I just write? If someone please tell me. But yeah, it's meant for people who have sight issues to just touch it and not embarrass themselves when they go to the bathroom.
I actually, when I was at Rotterdam Zoo, and they have a lot of Braille signage, even for like educational
Yeah.
things. And I was thinking while I was there, like, oh, how can I use this in Planet Zoo somehow?
Yeah, we'll definitely be applying that going forward. I didn't do it for everything, but I think it'd be pretty noble to try and do it as much as possible.
Exactly.
I do
So-
wonder what the blind or like hard-seeing zoo education's like, because you can't really see the animals that much.
Yeah, it's we'll have to do some research on that because it's a very interesting field for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But let's check out the insides of these,
Oh wow.
and it's a little
wow.
horrific in here.
God,
But
well, this
yeah,
area was new.
well, new-ish. I think because I was watching the series and they said like this would all be like maybe last 10-15 years. So I think bathrooms are kind of subject to a little additional wear and tear.
I think this
Yeah,
this
exactly.
could if the wrong people touch the bathroom, this could be done within a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a little bit of vandalizing on the stalls. Yeah, and then all of these props are by the incredible Shift Z.
Oh yeah. He's insane.
He is
He's
insane.
absolutely insane.
And then something I really like is this just HVAC that goes through, and I've got the grunge
Yeah.
decals on it.
Yeah, the decals on it are great.
Thank you. And then that's the women's stall, and then men's stall is just the exact same, but we've got urinals. So
Oh, sweet.
Oh, thank God they do have separators. Great.
oh yeah.
Is it just me, or did you make the men's stall bigger than the women's stall?
It's just bigger to fit the urinals pretty much.
I mean, usually it's the other way around to give the women's extra. Because usually you give the women some extra stalls, because the men have the urinals and take less long. So that's, yeah, exactly.
Oh.
There. Happy?
Because there's always a line for
Fixed
the
it.
women's bathroom.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
true.
solve that by giving it more capacity, because men are just quicker. For
And
various
men
reasons.
also, from my experience, vandalize stalls more. So this is perfect.
Yeah, this is actually way better. Yeah.
we keep each other in check at St. Reginald Zoo. All right, so moving on to the freshly renovated Keeper Club.
Ooh.
Wyatt hit G.
Oh,
He's a professional.
like I
everyone.
said, keep each other in check. So yeah, I think Eben had done a little bit to this area. He like put in the new planks from the
Yeah.
conservation set.
Yeah,
And then this
because-
is another trash can that I would like to incorporate. I think this is Lions, but I just recolored it. And
I just think the middle one should have the red color then.
oh, that's true. That's smart, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely one that would come with the sort of newer phase of the zoo where they're really,
Yeah.
you know,
Leaning into that
hammering in
direction.
the education and environmentalism and stuff. So we've got like recycling for like plastic bottles, and then a more general one, and then landfill. So yeah, but we'll take a look inside. It's not completely done. I will say it's a work in progress, but
Wow.
Oh, those walls. How many?
Oh.
All the different types of logs. The mugs. That is genius.
yeah.
Oh, damn it! Damn it! I was going to use that for koali tomorrow.
So this interior owes a lot to Haribo and his like
Oh, his coffee shop.
yeah, his Starbucks, his ridiculous Starbucks. So all of these like appliances in the background are his, but I can take credit for a lot of this sort of custom scenery. I've got these mugs that are literally just the full stop, and then I've got
And
the
hook
gutter
piece,
pipe
yeah.
connection.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I put those together, I was like, okay, nobody's been
one's
been
done
doing
this.
this. I'll be the first, and then, oh no, Wyatt does it. So this is a good thing though, because this means that we're all on the same page when it comes
Yeah,
to these
we're
kind of
all
things.
equally capable.
Oh, I love the use of the flower lamp. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the pieces from the conservation pack. I was like, does this have a good use? And yeah, Wyatt's
Yeah, it
shown
does.
that apparently it does.
I also really, really, really adore the pumpkins.
hmm
It's such a Starbucks kind of thing.
Yeah, I love.
Right.
I
didn't
really
even
love
think about
the.
that.
I really love the like rustic sort of autumn
Yeah.
vibe I've got going in here, and
Yeah,
then these
exactly.
these log wall things are also by Haribo.
Yeah, I also love that you kind of kept the branding of the game, like the Street Fox coffee, but you did give it your own little spin. with
Yeah.
Coffee Fox.
Exactly.
That's really
That's
nice.
amazing.
And they added the Fennec Fox up there as well. That's really
Yeah, and this piece finally has a use, the like, little Egyptian one. But yeah, Eben, you had put in like this counter and like some tables and chairs, so I
Oh,
just decided to.
Yeah,
lean into that.
I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you noticed that because I quickly said, yeah, nope, not going to continue this. I don't know what I'm doing with this, so. never
Yeah,
mind.
but I have left it open nonetheless. I've got this whole area that needs work, and then over here, something we discussed was we would have a view into the elephant barn, which as of now unfinished. But I figure what we will do is we'll have it go over this service road.
Yeah,
and
there
it'll
will
be like
a bridge. Yeah.
yeah, like a little bridge slash like room that'll
Sweet.
go into the elephant barn, and paying guests will get to see that and maybe hold events and stuff. It'll be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously that's all I've got going on in here. I've got this really nice
What is
animal
that
talk
made out of?
railing.
What's the flooring made out of?
The flooring is the
No,
just
not
Indian
that one.
carpets, and then the half meter
Bracket.
Oh,
girder
right, of
pieces. This is like all I use for tiles because the ones from the North Africa set don't have the best like render distance. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, and the fact that the is it grout? Is it
Yeah.
recoverable? I think that's the word.
I mean, yeah, if you in the North Africa pack, it's not. No.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
Right.
I was gonna do more with the outside. I think we had some tables and chairs here originally, but I feel like that would kind of get in the way because this is the
Yeah.
primary entrance into the restaurant,
Yeah, I
which
think
I
that's
did
fine.
not touch. But if we go the other
did?
way around,
You didn't fix my spelling mistake.
you're spelling. Oh no, I did.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, before it was the Outlook Cafe, but I
Yeah.
changed it. But forgot to do landscaping here. No big deal.
Just put down some more
But-
bags.
Yeah, just put down some more bags. We have our first sort of unique botanical garden. This is the Waterwise Garden,
Sweet.
and it's just a sort of thing in the movement to be more environmentally friendly throughout
Yeah.
the zoo. So St. Reg runs on recycled water, and I've got this whole little creek bed here where rainwater would come in and it would collect at the bottom in this little drain.
Ah,
Oh, that's
nice.
amazing. That would actually be a really cool place to add like a little water fountain where you can refill your bottle.
Yeah. That's a good idea. This is why I
And
keep you
this
guys
is-
around.
And this is an example of what you said about inset benches, right? So this like.
Oh
you
yeah.
put the-
So over here we've
benches
got
on-
one, and then on
Yeah.
the other side we've got inset benches and a trash can.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So like, obviously over here there's no like landscaping, so it would just sit
Yeah.
directly on the path. But
Yeah.
yeah, cool. And then I've got more of these wrought iron fences along the way, and then moving through. I'm just gonna zoom in on this vista.
Beautiful. Okay, Eben, I take back what I said.
It's not
you're back
finished
to-
yet, but it's yeah, I like it.
It's still
Wait, what's not finished?
The background, I still need to fix like a few of the buildings. Not all of them are entirely correct yet.
the one
but I'm
that
getting
is
there.
a single strand.
Well,
Oh,
for
but
what
I
it's
do
worth,
like-
I had no idea. So,
I do like the lion statue that you added there.
oh yeah,
That's
and then I've got a larger version of the logo.
sweet.
So good.
And then
Wait. That's with. No.
Yep, it's also fun
Get out of
pieces.
here!
that's all font pieces.
Wow.
I will say the like font piece animal like tracing method. I can't bring myself to say it's difficult. It's a little time consuming, but like
Yeah.
once you get into it, it's very
Oh, yeah.
fun. And I think I don't want to say I expect people to do it, but I'm a little surprised it hasn't caught on as much. But
Well,
yeah,
well,
hopefully
it's
this
not-
video can influence that.
Yeah, he's not saying he's expecting it, but guys, if you're not doing it, he will look down on
He
you.
will come
If
to
you're-
your
if-
house.
If you're not doing it, you're bad at the game. So,
We're
but
not telling
yeah.
you how
I'm just,
to
say- I'm
play,
just saying
but
the
you should-
silent parts out.
Literally was it last episode or one before? We were like, we're not telling you how to play the game.
but
No, Goran, we weren't telling people how to
Oh,
play
why
the
it
game.
is? Yeah.
Why it is.
but yeah, before it was just like in writing St. Reginald Zoo and Botanical Gardens, but I decided to make a larger version of the logo that we can maybe spread around. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then this entrance is virtually untouched. I just added new like gates for when
Yeah.
the zoo closes, and they have little hinges so we can open and close
Did
them at
you-
will.
Did you remove the old ones?
The old ones were like they didn't. I think they were just
Yeah,
like the old like
yeah,
metal
I think they're
fence
on the
pieces.
grounds, actually.
They might be underground, or I removed them entirely.
Oh yeah. Probably.
But yeah, I use the mesh pieces because Americans can't be trusted, and the old one this is kind of more gaping holes, and you could probably just crawl under them. So
Sweet.
yeah. But otherwise,
Should
this
probably
entrance,
open it again.
this entrance is still one of my favorite things that I've ever seen in this game.
It is.
Mass Bandit did such an incredible job on it.
It is one of the main reasons why I wanted to revive this zoo, because I hate making entrances, and this one was beautiful. So
This
I
one was
like-
ready to go.
Oh, that is so smart.
Yeah, exactly. Find a series that's been over and just you reuse them.
Steal their
That's
entrance.
basically what
Yeah.
you need to do.
Oh, I should find a dead series to steal an entrance from my zoo because I'm low on ideas.
There's someone who's done an aquarium build that we can steal their entrance from.
Oh yeah, I do have a dead aquarium build.
Oh right.
All right, okay, but let's continue because I want to
Yes.
see the building over there.
But before we do that, before we go in through the
Oh,
entrance,
yeah.
One more thing.
there were one more thing, sir. I made a couple small tweaks to the sort of basement
Yeah.
section of the Overlook Cafe. First and foremost, don't look at the Z fighting. I've got kind of a grid here with the insulation and the aircon and the lights just kind of hanging off of it. I think it helps add like a little more texture to the space. And then Eben, we need to have a little chat. Over
No, we
here,
don't. No, we
over
don't.
here,
Continue.
over here, we
No,
had
we don't. Continue.
slot machines, which is kind of a big no-no in the
I
U.S.
didn't know.
I know you
didn't
didn't know. That's why I made the PowerPoint.
They're common here.
Yeah, so it's kind of a big no-no in the U.S. outside of casinos and like gas stations. It's just not really the kind of business we want to associate with. So I brought over this trash receptacle that Goron used in his restaurant, and yeah. Oh shit! I knew this would happen. This is why I like explore mode, because now you can just hop out and hop back in instead of getting teleported with Tegid But yeah, just a small change, not really much to dwell on. But
Cool.
yeah, cool. So I'm gonna go through this way because there's something I want to show first. And
IDY.
yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
That is
So this
cool.
was something. This like gift shop stall on the left was something I think Mike had built in like a mini-sode, and it was just kind of lying out in the blueprint junkyard. But I brought it back because it's gorgeous, and added some new Eben / Ricey / Shifzy creations to it.
Slash Goron.
Slash Goron. I
Slash
don't know what
Gorons.
out here. This is a beautiful amalgamation of the best creators.
So many fingers in
now
this
I'm praising
pie.
myself.
So many fingers. But on the right here, I've got one of. I think we could probably recycle this design a fair bit. This snack stand, and I've got custom Dasani / Pepsi / Sierra Mist, I guess.
God, not the Sony.
I know it's disgusting, but we have to be authentic. And then I've got some bags of popcorn that are like the sort of
Oh, I thought those were
cylindrical.
baguettes.
I think they could be, but yeah, they're if this trash can would like to get out of the way, they're just the faux branches, which are super versatile for stuff like that.
Sweet. Yeah, someone turned that into elephant poop.
I recall. And then yeah, we've got the different flavors of Dippin' Dots, and this is like a refrigerator that you could just whoever's working here would just flip it open and give you a cup. And then
what's a Dippin' Dot?
do you guys not have Dippin' Dots?
Nope.
Oh my god! So I should have put this in the
Why it's
PowerPoint.
not coming to Europe anymore?
I should have put this in the PowerPoint. Dippin' Dots are what we call the ice cream of the future, and it's basically just like tiny frozen balls. They're really small, and they kind of melt.
Everyone has tiny frozen balls in their zoos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they melt in your mouth, and they're actually really good. And they're a very common sights in American zoos and theme parks and like snack stands.
We have that, but we have them in like these small containers, and it's almost like you drink it.
Oh.
Oh damn! Maybe I'm showing my age here, and Goron is like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Even.
I hope not for
Continue,
your
Wyatt,
sake.
I need to see a
I'm-
picture of this to get it, I think.
Continue, Wyatt. People will think that I'm old.
But yeah, this specific snack stand was based on a churro stand I saw at the San Francisco Zoo. I'll put up a picture, and then yeah, it's pretty simple. But like I said, you see these everywhere, like to an almost unreasonable degree, because like you could just go to the restaurant, but like for some reason zoos insist on having like a janky little snack stand every 10 feet, so that's just something to keep in mind. And
Yeah, I guess the game was realistic in that regard. I remember at the start, like at the launch of the game, people were complaining like, I need to have a restaurant every 10 feet.
yeah, so probably not a restaurant every 10 feet, but definitely a
small
snack
ones.
stand. And something I want to do is I want to put together like a big like reference folder for you guys, and it'll have a bunch of stuff like this.
We should make
so-
a Pinterest board. Just
Oh,
like
definitely.
Shadi had.
Yeah. But behind this, we have officially. Actually, I really like how this looks with the pillars.
Oh.
But officially, our first exhibit in the zoo, Benjamin Farrell, Cownose Cove.
Oh wow.
So
No Stingray Bay?
yeah, so I was gonna say this is reflective of kind of an epidemic in modern. I don't know if you guys have this in Europe, but in American zoos, we insist on having a temporary Stingray touch pool, and they're always called Stingray Bay. And yeah, I decided to put my own spin on it, and now we have Cowno's Cove for the Cowno's Rays. And I figured this would be part of the same master plan that produced these buildings. It's kind of an old-looking building that was built recently, so it has that kind of vintage style, but with like none of the sort of grime or wear and tear on it. So yeah, and this is our donation wall. These signs were made by Lion. It's just pretty simple font pieces stacked over, but it looks exactly like how they do look in real life. So big shout out to him. We'll be definitely seeing a lot of his signage going forward. And then cool thing about this like ramp is it's actually just one big path unit, but I put a divider in the middle. It's just hidden in all this in the planter. But yeah, so if I can pluck a staff member really quickly, maybe he'll do it for me. Yep, there he goes.
Oh, sweet. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, just thought that was a fun little hack. And then yeah, we've got rules because we cannot be trusted. And so for these sorts of things, you want to keep your hands clean. So I've got sinks over here, and you touch the animals with 2 fingers. I probably should have edited the sign to only show 2 fingers, but I was a little lazy. That would have been fun to show. But yeah, this is a pretty simple setup. I've got Cowno's Rays and bamboo sharks in here. I really love the bamboo sharks because they like stay exclusively underwater.
Sweet, I love that.
Yeah, and then I've got a little. This would probably be a fake mangrove tree right here.
Mm-hmm.
I really love how this kind of sets the scene. And then I've got some reverse guest immersion here. So I've got this little wooden area, and then it goes into the tank.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, and then here are the guys.
I love these so much.
Yeah, the rays are great.
Amazing.
Hopefully they don't get up on the rocks, which they sometimes do. Maybe we'll see them do that. But
hopefully they don't. They're not able to dive here. But when the rays dive, they go so fast because they're based on a penguin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Those look really good.
yeah. So this is the sort of main sort of shaded area for the Cowno's Cove. And I've got a couple opportunities for the rays and sharks to kind of get out of reach of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then lining the entire glass portion, I've got these drains. So, because the water would definitely like sort of pour over, but I've got these little drains, so it just gets recycled.
Sweet.
And the staff members sort of standing on the rocks there.
Sure. Why not?
On the rocks, yes.
On the rocks.
One zookeeper on the rocks, please.
Keeper on the rocks. And then I had that ramp on the right, but then I also have this little stairway on the left just for the sake of circulation. And I've also, this is a custom railing, and I've used the LED caps for some welding joints.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it. Well done.
thank you. And then the same sign as before. And then I've got some more of Lion's signs sprinkled around all throughout. And I think I really love the sort of pseudo theming of this area because we've got the sort of expensive rock work, but then I've also got this sort of pole fence, and I imagine this is about as far as the zoo would go because we're obviously going to be going more biome based. But yeah,
I mean, I don't think that biome based specifically means that you shouldn't have any theming. Like, because of Bronation, I've recently checked out Jungle World and the Bronx Zoo, and that is like clearly biome themed, but it does have clear architectural theming as well. Which
exactly.
I really like. Yeah.
I mean, like thatch roofs are like a universal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got stuff like that you can always use.
But yeah, as we walked past, I have another exhibit going on here, the Sandpiper Shores, and
Wow.
I tried getting like a sponsor name up here, but I couldn't really make it look good just because it would have to be in a smaller font. So I've got these little sandpipers that were made by Bongo Hardwood, and I just colored them to be uniform so they would fit better with the sign.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
You probably have like maybe a separate sign that says like sponsor.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, going under, this is a pretty narrow path, but this isn't really like a main point of guest traffic. and it is a work in progress. But on this side, it's pretty much finished. And yeah, this is our shorebird aviary.
Oh, love it. Well done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
really like it.
This mesh structure is also completely made by me. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but I think it definitely gets the job done.
That's job.
Yeah.
And it shows, like, because when we were making the species list, we were discussing, like, do we want to have aviaries, yes or no? And I think this proves, like, yes, we can do aviaries.
Yeah, I think we're all fully capable. But yeah, we don't have any sandpiper mods, unfortunately, but we do have a couple other shorebirds. So we've got Eurasian spoonbills and some ducks. I think these are by, I forget both of them. I'll put it up on the screen. But
I think the spoonbills are by Jen, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And the pintails are by Norwhaler, I believe.
see, this is why I keep you guys around. You know things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love the landscaping in this exhibit. I've used the faux rocks to kind of be sand, basically, because the terrain was not agreeing with me, and the water was a really big pain in the ass to get working. So I've used the faux rocks to kind of make it look like sand dunes, and
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool. And then I've got a little facility over here that would connect up with
Sweet.
the flamingos just for the sake of convenience.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. You guys want to know something funny?
You've been working on this all night long because I've seen you.
Let me just.
I-
All of this was built in 3 days.
Yeah.
thought so.
But you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it because I have nothing going on right now. I just moved into my new apartment and I have literally nothing to do because all of my friends are elsewhere. So yeah, just several late nights cranking this out, and I think it's some of my best work, and I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. So yeah,
It was great, yeah. Had a good time.
had a good
Alright,
time.
sweet.
So, Eben, you're up next again.
Eben, what are you gonna do
Yes. Well, very simple. I've mentioned it on the Discord. The thing that I want to do is a rockhopper penguin for 2 reasons. One, Jen has created a wonderful mod for that. 2, Wyatt had a penguin species on the list that, for the life of me, I'm not going to try to pronounce because I know I'm going to mess it up. And I know that I can pronounce rockhoppers, so rockhoppers it is.
What's
Certainly.
weird about the... Now I'm
Yeah.
afraid to say it.
I was so confident too.
But
Go ahead.
Those aren't in
Pretend like you
Europe.
can say
They're
it.
not anywhere. The melogenic
Exactly, they don't
penguins?
exist.
They don't exist. No, you guys made them up.
Exactly. You made
They
them
look.
up, so I would.
They look
I would
exactly
struggle
like
with it.
African penguins, and they're nowhere in Europe. So it's an American
Exactly.
conspiracy.
Exactly. It's fake news.
Fake news.
Even did you get a response from the penguin center?
I haven't. Well, I'll keep that for my episode.
All right.
All right.
Secret.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the meantime, subscribe to me, subscribe to Even, subscribe to Goron
Sweet.
for more of this, and I'll see you guys either in a new episode of Orwell if I feel like it, or on Even's channel with St. Reginald Zoo. Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one.
ya.
Bye.